Weekly dividend ETFs are becoming one of the hottest trends in investing right now. And honestly, when you first see the numbers, it's easy to understand why. Some of these ETFs are showing yields above 20%, some above 30%, and a few aggressive covered call funds have temporarily pushed even higher during volatile markets. Now imagine this for a second. You invest $100,000. An ETF advertises a 30% annual yield paid weekly. That sounds like roughly $30,000 per year, around $570 every single week. Every Friday, cash hits your account. And this is exactly where many investors become emotionally hooked. Because traditional investing feels painfully slow. You buy something like VOO or SCHD, and maybe after a full month, your account barely moves. But weekly dividend ETFs feel alive immediately. You see payouts constantly, notifications constantly, cash flow constantly, and psychologically, that feels incredibly powerful. But here's the dangerous part. Almost nobody explains clearly on YouTube. A huge weekly payout does not automatically mean your wealth is growing, and in some cases, your portfolio can actually shrink while still paying massive distributions. That sounds impossible at first, but this is where understanding total return becomes critical. For example, let's say someone buys a high-yield covered call ETF paying around 30% annually. At first, everything feels amazing. Every week, money arrives. The investor starts calculating future income, maybe even dreaming about replacing their salary. But then, after a year, they notice something strange. The portfolio value itself dropped 15%. Now suddenly the situation looks completely different. Because if you received 30% income, but the underlying investment lost 15% value, your real gain is nowhere near what the headline yield originally suggested. And in some situations, after taxes and inflation, the results can become surprisingly disappointing. This is why yield alone can become very misleading. Now, to be clear, this does not mean weekly dividend ETFs are useless. Some investors are using them very successfully, but the strategy matters massively. And understanding how these funds generate income matters even more. Many of the popular weekly income ETFs today use covered call strategies, which basically means the fund sacrifices part of the upside potential in exchange for generating option premium income. And during highly volatile markets, those option premiums can become enormous. That's why yields sometimes explode higher. But there's a trade-off. In very strong bull markets, some covered call funds can lag badly behind the underlying stocks themselves. This is the part many new investors don't realize until much later. For example, imagine a tech stock rises 40% in a strong AI rally. A covered call ETF built around that stock might only capture part of that upside because it sold call options against the position. So yes, the income can look incredible, but long-term growth may become limited. And over enough years, that difference compounds massively. Now let's make this practical. Imagine two investors both start with $100,000. Investor number one buys a traditional broad market ETF averaging around 8% to 10% annual growth over time. The yield is boring, maybe 1% or 2%. Nothing exciting happens weekly. Investor number two buys aggressive weekly income ETFs showing yields around 25% to 30%. At first, investor two feels smarter. Every week, money appears in the account. The portfolio feels productive. Meanwhile, investor one feels almost nothing emotionally. But then, 5 years pass. Investor one may now have a portfolio worth significantly more because the underlying assets kept compounding aggressively. Investor two collected large payouts. But if the underlying funds experienced NAV erosion, reduced distributions, or slower price appreciation, the actual wealth gap may become much smaller than expected. And this is exactly why experienced investors constantly repeat one phrase. Yield is not the same thing as total return, because one measures visible income. The other measures actual wealth creation. And honestly, this is where social media has made investing much more confusing. Platforms reward exciting numbers. 30% yield gets attention immediately. Paid weekly gets attention immediately. Nobody gets excited hearing about slow long-term compounding anymore. But sometimes the less exciting strategy quietly wins over longer periods. Now here's where things become even more interesting. Some investors are starting to combine both approaches. Instead of putting everything into ultra-high yield funds, they split the portfolio. Maybe part stays in broad market growth ETFs, and another smaller portion focuses on higher income strategies. This creates something much more balanced. You still generate meaningful cash flow, but you also maintain stronger long-term growth exposure. This is probably the part missing from many extreme dividend videos online, because investing is rarely about choosing only one side forever. The real challenge is balancing income, growth, risk, and sustainability. Now, another important thing people ignore is what happens during market downturns. High-yield option income ETFs often depend heavily on market conditions and volatility. If conditions change, distributions can change too. And investors who built their entire lifestyle around extremely high payouts may suddenly face a serious problem. That's why understanding sustainability matters more than chasing the biggest number on the screen. A 30% yield sounds life-changing. But investors should always ask, how is the yield generated? What happens to the underlying share price over time? How consistent are the distributions? And what does the long-term total return actually look like? Because these questions matter much more than simply hearing the words paid weekly. And honestly, this is probably the biggest trap in modern income investing. People fall in love with the frequency of the payout, instead of focusing on whether the portfolio itself is becoming stronger over time. Weekly income feels amazing emotionally, but long-term wealth is built through total performance, not just visible payouts. And that difference can completely change someone's financial future. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to MoneyQuest Broker. I break down ETFs, income investing, portfolio strategies. And as always, this video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Investing involves risk, and different strategies can perform very differently depending on market conditions, timing, and individual goals. Some investments that produce high income today may also carry higher volatility, reduced upside potential, or risks that are not always obvious at first. Always do your own research. And consider speaking with a qualified financial professional before making financial decisions. And remember, long-term wealth is usually built through patience, discipline, risk management, and consistency over time. Thanks for watching.